Pit. We hooked him up with a nice shelter, and that started it. I started showing people how to live outside during the winter so they didn't die. And even though I wasn't homeless, I stayed out there too. You know, because I was working at Burger King. I was the manager at Burger King and living outside.
Yeah, I like reading these kind of things.
And nobody knew I was living outside, but I didn't want to see people dying.
We all need help. Suspended. They took my truck. I landed on the streets in March 3rd of 04 with 2 blankets. And it was quite cold. But I started coming up. I got a bike, started canning. I went back to work, but I just had an unruly customer we were doing a remodel for that just seemed to be all the subcontractors that were working under my boss. When they had problems, she would just come and just lay into me because I was one of the top-notch guys there. And so I quit my job 2 days ago because I just couldn't deal with this lady's attitude anymore. I had a job. I was living out in the woods because I liked it. I helped a lot of people that were around me that were homeless, you know, bringing food or beers and buying things. When people needed tents, I gave away 2 tents to people. I gave away a bicycle that was needed, stoves, you know, and that's when I was working. Now I'm back to canning, so...
We came up here to look for jobs and it didn't work out. I came up here because my mom was sick. And we've had nothing but bad luck. Can't find no jobs. My husband had a job for a while, but he got fired.
Okay.
And my interview, that she said I had no local experience. So they didn't hire me.
Wow.
At McDonald's.
Wow.
He's a wildland firefighter. And they finally were able to call him last night about midnight to tell him to pack his bags and get ready to go. Without that cell phone, without the time on that cell phone, we would have been screwed.
So I haven't tried to, actually put my all into getting a job back with the construction business because I already know it's just going to end up, horrible. And if I do get something where I'm on the books and it's above the table, well, I have a tremendous amount of child support that I have to pay. So that's gone. I can't afford rent, and I have a dog, and it's kind of hard. It's pretty hard for me, So, and I mean, I'll work, and I'm willing to work. It's just I'm not willing to get ripped off. And I'm tired. I'm good at what I do, and I've done it for 5-6 years.
And when the snow was on the ground and everything, somebody threw gasoline on my tent and lit it.
Jeez.
While I was in it.
Wow. That happened to Mike Finch down here, too.
A man threw a quarter and hit me with it, and I knew he threw it hard on purpose. It wasn't an accident. I've had people throw a bunch of pennies at me. I've had people throw cigarettes at me, burning cigarettes. I've had half cans of beer thrown at me. I don't drink. And not just because I have liver disease either. It's just, I had an alcoholic stepfather. I got cured of that real early when I was young.
I was in Brookings, talked to Miss Alexandria Stritch. She's DA at Gold Beach, burned up with fireworks. There was 2 others that was burned up. The one, he's dead now.
Did he die from the fire?
Nope. He was run over. He had a CNI dog. She's in Crescent City, living somewhere away from home. She was in a rehab overdose. And there is judges, documents, and proof of it. Each one of the boys faced 10 counts of arson-related harmful situations.
So these were just regular people who set you on fire?
16, 17, and 18, and they all tried them as adults.
I lived on the streets with those kids. That's my family. That's who cared about me when I had nobody else. A lot of stuff that I saw and that I went through, I only went through because I was homeless. I woke up and I've been sleeping under a street where the water was supposed to run through when I was living in Vegas, and I woke up at 6:10 in the morning. I always slept until like 10 o'clock. I was homeless. I didn't have nothing to do. I always got to sleep in. I woke up at 6:10 in the morning. I had no idea why. Didn't hear anything odd, nothing loud or startling. I get up and just light up a cigarette and walk to the end of the tunnel and turn and look, and there's a black guy hanging from a chain he'd wrapped around his neck. That's not something people see on a normal basis. That's one of those things I consider I haven't had seen just because I was homeless. I was, while I was in Vegas, I got raped by a guy at 19, the day after my 19th birthday.
10 years ago today.
10 years ago today. They're only there because, a lot of them don't have bad parents. They have parents that work too much and don't have the time or the money or the tools to understand their kids and spend time with their kids. It's not there. That's why I wanted to do this program. That's, where I'm trying to get to. People aren't there because they aren't trying. They're there because they don't know what to try.
Right.